What's going on? I'm Awesome Rock Guy, and welcome to my channel. In this video, my first video, I am going to be doing a tour of RockWorld, which is my single player survival world in which I just, play the game to have fun, try to get better, and I'm excited to show it off. I made the world back in October of last year, so it's coming up to a year old now. Not quite, but I thought I want to start making YouTube videos, so might as well just go ahead and do a tour. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Spawning into RockWorld, we're immediately greeted into Snowville in this nice little pavilion. It's got all these directions around for all the different ways, all the signs for where everything is. We've got the banner for Snowville right up there, and some nice little access points. I'm gonna add more later, maybe a little lectern around here saying with some info around the world. But this little pavilion that I made, we've got back here is another portal. We've got some sheep over here, nice little pen, some carpet to keep the snow from allowing them to get out. We got a nice little well here that I built off a tutorial from Mythical Sausage. We've got all my cows. There's so many because I kept breeding them up and then I didn't kill them before I left, so they're all just stuck in there forever. And here we've got some cactus and sugarcane with all my chickens in there. My chickens used to be over here where this weed is, but foxes kept coming over and jumping over the fence and killing them all, so I had to put them in a nice little house. So got my wheat, my potatoes, my more wheat, but then we have my house. This is my little starter house. We got a nice little pot here with some leaves. Home of Rockeye and Snowball, which Snowball was my dog that I tamed. We got my iron armor here that I wore for a while. My diamond armor with the banner on my shield. Got a little barrel here with some stuff. All my chests, because whenever I left Snowville, because I haven't said this yet, whenever I left Snowville, I left everything behind, because I spawned into this world, right? I spawned right there in that, right at that very block, and I went off and built this little area. We got my little map here and my starter map right here. But I didn't want to live in this snow biome. I had plans for what I wanted to do with this world, so that's why I built the portal and I went way up north to where my current base is. But this is just my little starter base. Over here I basically there's a village right over there. I basically picked one of the villager houses up and placed it here. And yeah, I've trapped some villagers in here, so they're just forever stuck in here. I grabbed them just in case I thought I was going to need them, but I didn't end up doing villagers in this area. This area was always just going to be starter. I never really made it any further. Then I never went to the nether. You can see this is the most I had for enchantments. By the way, let me just grab my stuff back. But yeah, I never went anything past my enchants. In fact, when I left everything behind, that included my gear. So this was all the gear I had and all my important and valuable stuff. Back here, it's a little campfire, which I used to have over where the map is, but my dog Snowball, he died to that. He died 3 times this world. First time was to I think the first time was to a skeleton, and that was sad. The second time was to the campfires. That was embarrassing. The third time was to a creeper. But whenever I left Snowville, I put Snowball in here. That's where he sat. He had plenty of, you know, food and bones to keep him busy, but I ended up building a doghouse in my new base. And so he's living up there now. But the final thing across this little ice path is my little cave entrance. So it's a nice little hut. It was one of the last things I built, so you can see I didn't really get to utilize it too much. But if you come down here, down to the bottom and enter through the cave, you have this massive cave. This is the only, oh no, I'm gonna die. Alright, now that I'm sure I actually have my elytra on and my 64 levels are gone, where'd I leave off? That's right. This massive cave is basically all I really needed to keep me going for the entire time I was in Snowville. This cave is just massive and it just keeps going on and on. So I genuinely I didn't have to go to any other caves. This was all I really needed. As you can see, it's massive. But there you have it. That's Snowville. I'm also not sure. I like the name Snowville, but I also like the name Spawnville, so I'm not sure what I want to go with that. But yeah, over that way, more north, is the base I'm currently working in, which I'm gonna show off soon. Over there is a village. That's where I went there quite a bit to get, like, if I needed to. I never really traded with villages though, but like I went there over there a couple times. The stronghold is back that way, but I've got another portal for that. But I think that's about it for here in Snowville. There is a little bit more I want to do here. I want to make this like more of a Christmas area, just because of all the snow. So like transfer that tree or one of the. I'm gonna make a tree somewhere central, like around where the cows are, and build like, you know what? Actually, I'll probably move the cows. I might move the cows somewhere else and build a giant Christmas tree right here in the center, and just make everything in here like very Christmassy. Up on that hill over there, I want to build like a world info center, so like it'll have a map of like the entire world essentially. I think that would be really cool. But yeah, it's time to leave Snowville behind and enter the Nether. So this is my Nether. I'm gonna do a lot more to this. I'll have a big area around Snowville and have it look very snowy and stuff. Down here, there's gonna be a tunnel to the Nether portal that leads to Stronghold. I just haven't done anything there. It's in a village. So I want to make it like a giant research facility for the end, but I haven't really done much with it. So yeah, but this is the tunnel that leads over to New Rocktopia. So if we just come through here, so this portal leads to New Rocktopia, but in here I want to build like a giant nether hub kind of area. So my ancient debris mines down there, that's my exit, but I'm gonna have like an actual proper exit and entrance, and then just a lot of tunnels that go around, including going to Snowville and the Stronghold portal, and then my nether fortress over there, as well as just some other stuff I might do. But now if we come through this portal, we enter New Rocktopia. So I'm really excited about this because I love this view. I built this portal here specifically because I've always loved this view from the site. From when I first got here and started building, this lilac patch up here, which has always been here, I always looked at it and was like, this is gonna be the perfect view, and so I'm trying to keep that. So there's not gonna be many builds on this side, just because it'll block, especially over there, just because it'll block the view of that. Though there can be a couple builds over on this side. But I do really like this path that I've made. I got this design online, but then I added a different like trim for it, or like around the path. So it's got like this tough, the dead brain coral, which is the like peak kind, and then some mossy cobblestone to kind of show where the grass is coming in, or the leaves on the path. We've got some azalea leaves, azalea or flowering azalea leaves, and some cherry leaves. Just because I like the idea of having the path kind of have this gray, green, and like magenta vibe to it. So it's kind of like the cherry brings some pink, lilacs brings some purple, and then the alliums bring some, or the alliums bring purple, the lilacs bring some magenta. Over here, I'm gonna have a build for my amethyst because I have some amethyst farms down there. So that's what that's gonna be for. But coming this way, we have my little lamp designs, which I have two. I think that one I did by myself, but I might have looked at an image. I'm not sure. But this, I know I looked at an image for. But I completely changed the blocks, even to what this is. The only thing that stayed the same were these spruce trapdoors. So then up here, you have where the path splits going around. And then this little area I'm going to decorate more, especially this little pond here. But then we have my face, because of course I built my face here. Why wouldn't I? It's awesome. I'm awesome. I'm awesome rock guy. It's in the name. I had to build myself. Of course I had to build myself. Why wouldn't I build my own face? I'm probably going to build a statue of myself later because I'm just that awesome. Anyways, here's a better look at the other design. Yeah, up here we have a nice little decorated area. I feel like I don't need to do any more up here. Then we have the head, which I've textured some of it to add some torches under it. Yeah, then we have my house, which I did take from a reference image. I didn't watch a tutorial, but I looked at like a picture online. It was different block palette. I think the only similar thing was like the spruce wood, but even then it was super detailed, and I just made it less detailed because I didn't want to put in that much effort. But it looks really good. I think it looks really nice. Inside we have just a little crafting area. We have my map of everything, so every single time a new update comes out, I'm just gonna update this, or like frame it and make a new map, so I can track what my base looked like before every update came out. We have my like book area. This doesn't really have anything in it, but it looks nice, and it holds my dragon egg for now. We've got something else here. We'll get to that in a minute. Then we got my little workstation, just everything I would need. Potion stuff, banners. This is the flag of New Rocktopia. You probably saw it outside too. This is one of the patterns I use for my shield. This is another design I'm gonna use for my area, but I got it online. But I just need a skull banner pattern, but I don't have one of those yet. So for now, this is the design I'm using for my shield, which looks like this, which I think looks good. It's got the gray, green, and yellow that I like to have. Over here we have my anvils, and then I'm pretty geared up, right? Sharpness, it's got like all those kind of things you'd want. Silk touch, riptide, everything you'd want there, all the protection you'd want. Even in here, we've got my like looting, fortune, even my mace. But yeah, so this is just so I can get a set of armor with all the different types of protection. So blast, fire, projectile, even blades of arthropod, because you never know when that might be handy. We've got all the different furnaces here, all my different food here that I need. This nice little pot as well. If we come upstairs, we have my parrots, Josh and his 4 friends. We got all my music discs and jukebox so that I can just, play some music and they'll all dance. Then we have my fish over here with Nemo, yeah, and his the other 2. There we go. That works. And here's my bedroom. We got a map of home, which is just like my main kind of base area. We got like my diamonds, netherite scraps, and just other things I would need. The maps from before 1.21 came out. And we have my banner again and my bed, which, let's go to bed. It's all dark and rainy. Then if we come out here, we can go into, or we have the balcony out here, which gives us a nice view. I love views in Minecraft, so you can come up here into the attic, where we have this little fella, which I don't really have a name for, but I know they like amethyst, so I filled in here with amethyst, and I want to decorate it more. I just don't really know what else to do. But yeah, I just need a name for that little fella. Up here, we've got my tower made roof of gold. That way we can kind of just get different views, as well as some roof access to get an even better look at my area. So that's really nice, and then we can get into or onto the roof as well. Then coming down, the path continues over this way and down here as well to the dog house. So you get all my dogs, and because of the wolf update, or the armored paws update, they're all ready to give fights. My wolf army, I guess. Then up here I've got this wolf armor and some armadillo skew to help it, and the shoes to take it off. But the armadillo armor in there, or the wolf armor in there, is for this. This is a council of wolves. So they're kind of in charge of RockWorld along with me. So like, I'm sort of the main leader, but I usually run my ideas with the council, because everyone here is gonna be in charge of something. One of them, we're about to put one of these guys in charge of the wolf army down here once we start using them. We got Pebble Pup, who's kind of in charge of the council and is second in command to me, my little sidekick. Lilac, sort of in charge of New Rocktopia. Snowball, which I talked about back when I was at Snowville. He's died like 3 times, but he's all good now, and he's in charge of Snowville now. He's earned that. And so everyone else is gonna be in charge of something. Just some nice lore I have for the world. Come back up this way. We've got the little back door out here. Which actually, let me go down there now. Back to this. If we come down here, it's a cave. So under this hill there's just this massive cave. So I thought might as well use it for something. So this is where I've been getting lava. I got this from a picture online, but making the farm is really easy. I just looked at the picture for how to build the surrounding area. We've got a sugarcane farm, which I'm gonna make look nicer eventually. So in the other world, we just gotta figure out if there's some way to automate that. I don't think there is. We've got some mushrooms growing down here. This is where my enchantment table used to be, but I moved it, so I need to build a new one, because on top of this cactus farm we have here, I have this right here, which is gonna be my XP farm. I'm gonna decorate all these farms later and make them all look better. I want to decorate this more as well, but this is my main XP farm. It's like the Alley silverfish farm. So I followed a tutorial from Silent Whisper, and so it's just a nice little farm that utilizes the Alley's ability to regenerate health in the new infested potions. So the netherrack block moves under them, catches them on fire, they take damage, spawn silverfish, stops after a couple seconds so they can heal, and then you just throw a splash potion of farming down there, kill all the silverfish. That's how I'm gonna get all my levels back that I just lost. So not too hard about losing those levels. And then this is just a way back up. Now we can continue the tour out here, and we have this little well that I built. I again followed a sort of reference image. I didn't change the block palette up too much because there wasn't much to change, but I did add all the leaves and stuff on it. And it's just my last little wishing well where if I have any kind of problem, I can just throw it away and it just disappears. So I just throw all my problems in there and they just go away. And here's my storage room, which I need to add more firework rockets. Don't ask me what happened to my other ones. This is just where I store all my stuff. So I got all like the wood types, mob drops, just everything that you would really need. Crafting tables, ender chest, all the ones that are turned, like the items are flipped like that, is because they're overflowing and need to come in here. So like stone I have too much of, sand, deep slate, dirt, even string is getting kind of cool. Mainly because of the trial chambers, but up here we have some more miscellaneous stuff as well as a nice view. So like we have all the different armors and tools and stuff, as well as some collectible things like armor trims, mob heads, discs, and then I'm keeping 1.21 stuff up here because I just don't know how to organize most of that yet. Moving on with the tour, we've got back here, which I'm gonna make this into a nice little garden eventually. So I think that'll look nice. I built that pond and waterfall down there. This path leads back around to the wolves. I gotta build something else right here. Don't know what. But coming down this path, we have the horse stable, which once again I followed sort of a reference image. Changed up the block palette. Same with that. It was a image I followed, and then I just made it bigger and changed the block palette entirely. But these are my horses. This is one I currently ride right now, but I've been trying to breed up for a fast one, just don't really know how to do that. This is Bolt, who was my first horse. Up here is supposed to be storage, but then I realized I don't really need room for this, so that's all I've really done. Then if we come up here onto this, because this used to be a village, but I tore it down. So I made this into like a little river going into that river. This is gonna be a horse little trail, I guess, that's gonna come around and probably link back up. I've got cocoa beans down here for now, but I'm gonna work them into that garden up there. And of course, there's always something behind the waterfall. So behind this one is my strip mining cave. So that's where I mine for diamonds, but there's no need to go down there. It just looks like your basic strip mine. So that's pretty much everything for my regular base. Now we come down here. We have this is gonna be like the animal district sort of. So we have the cows over here, which are gonna get moved. We have like my sugar cane, carrots, wheat, chickens over here. Eventually I'm gonna build a big like pen for the cows. It'll be massive and it'll look nice instead of just being like oak fences. We've got this barn that I built. I built this barn off of kind of 3 different reference images. I took like 3 different reference images of barns using like pretty much the same block palette, I think. And I just I took one, mainly based it off of that, and added aspects of the other 2 into this one. Decorated with the like hanging roots. We've got all the different colors of sheep. We got pigs, another entrance to the chickens. Up here is the attic, I guess, but I don't really know what else to do with it. Now this stack of hay isn't a normal stack of hay, because if you go down it, you get into the farming section. So this is where all the eggs are collected, which I don't need that many eggs. And then we have all the unfortunate sheep that got stuck down here, endlessly getting sheared. And then down here is where it's all collected. So that's nice for all the wool I need for ancient cities and making beds for the ancient debris mining. I guess we have over here next is the armadillos. Now the armadillos are in the game, and I need armadillo skeet for my wolf army. Down here is where all of the armadillo skeets are collected. And this, again, I followed a reference. I pretty much took this fence block for block from how they built it, but then I took the little shack they made and changed up the block palette. Finally, for the animal district, we have the bees up here, which I need to build a actual like building for them. I just don't know like what I want the building to look like, but for now it's all manual. Mainly I only used it for the copper roof of that building over there that we'll get to. But first I need to get some sleep, and then we'll get right back to the tour. Alright, moving on. If we come down back to the path in front of my face, we get a better look at the nether portal, which I'm gonna change out those shroom lights for frog lights whenever I get a frog light farm up and running. The path kind of splits around it, or it becomes like a bigger area for it, but the leaves kind of block off this side, so you kind of have to go around this way, unless obviously you can always just come around it. But if you really want to walk on the path, you kind of gotta go that way. But this build right here is the library. Now this one, I changed the block palette up for what I watched, but I did watch a full tutorial because I was getting too confused watching just looking at the picture, but I really wanted this like depth in it, so I just watched the tutorial. But I changed up some of the blocks, like especially the white concrete and the copper roof I added. But inside we've got every single book available in the game, so I just made it to where every book was available, just that way I want everything. I want to have every kind of equipment, so like this is just a way for me to get it. I may have followed a tutorial for the outside, but the interior I did completely by myself, and I think it looks really nice, especially these little corners here. I think it looks really nice. I've got chests in here for different books and stuff that I've collected, some anvils and stuff. I still need to add 2 villages in here for the new enchantments for the mace, but this chandelier I followed a tutorial for, and then upstairs isn't really anything. I just don't know what to do with it yet. We've also got some of the new paintings up there. And moving on, we have this next thing is sort of part of New Rocktopia, but also kind of not. And these stinking villagers, man, you guys gotta, you're supposed to be a farmer. I don't know why you're trying to be a weaponsmith. And then this guy just wants to leave, but he can't. Yeah, this is the farming village. So this was a sunflower fields. So I wanted to keep up with that kind of theme and have these sunflowers and dandelions around. But we've just got these massive crop fields of like wheat, beetroot, carrots, potatoes, pumpkins, melons. We've got this little well with the bell to scare everybody. All into this is the only house with the beds. I need to decorate all the houses, but I just haven't really well, I mean, I've had time, I just don't know how to decorate them. This building is supposed to be for all the main villagers I trade with, but for some reason they'll just like block their trades off. And yeah, like this one, they'll block their trades off and just won't open back up, so don't know what to do about that. But the point is so I can trade for golden carrots, essentially. This is a map of the farm. I just thought it'd be nice to have a like nice image of it while you're here to see like just how big it is, because it's pretty big. Like we can do a fly around, and you can see just how big these wheat fields are. Like they're massive. And obviously these windmills also don't have anything in them. I want to build stuff in them. This was also all those houses I took from an image of like a village and kind of based how I built these off those, but I had my own kind of building I like types in mind. These windmills though, I used like a reference image for the bait for like the main build of it, and then for this actual windmill part of it, I looked at it. I used a different image. But yeah, we've got these bees out here and flowers so that they can help like pollinate the crops and make them grow faster. But that's essentially it for the village. Over this end is, this used to be a village, but I basically tore it down and built them a new one. That was kind of the idea I had for it. But we're almost done with the tour, so don't worry. I know it's long, but we're almost done. Over here, right, we have the barn and everything over there. We're gonna have a path coming over here, and we're not really gonna have a bridge, or I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a bridge, or like if I have a bridge, it's gonna be like kind of broken down, or I'm just gonna have like lily pads you can jump on. But this is my starter base for New Rocktopia. So this is the portal I came through whenever I first got here, and so this is my house and everything. Every update that comes out, I'm gonna make it more and more torn down. So now it's got like mossy cobblestone in it, and some of the sugar cane's gone, the campfires are out, the wheat fields have kind of been stepped on, the chickens have gotten out, and the portal is broken. And I'm just gonna continue making it look worse and worse. On the inside, we got the map of what this whole place looked like before I got here. Or I guess it's while I was here. You can see I've already taken over that island, and I started construction on my first house up there. That was the first thing I built here. And then you have this map, which is just an updated map of what this kind of area looks like. And you can see I have like all my storage and stuff that I had when I first got here. And then over here is where I farm my moss. So I just kind of place it down here and just bone meal it and make this crater massive. So I'm just hoping to have a massive crater there later on. Finally, there's one last thing, and then the tour's over. There's one thing left, and that's behind here. But you have this little path you can walk on, go over, and this all used to be a forest, but I cleared it all out. There's a massive cave down here with a mine shaft. I want to do something with this. It's such a nice area not to, but I just haven't come up with anything yet. Leaving it though, the last thing, which the cave does connect to it, so maybe that can be useful. Over here, I'm gonna build a giant factory, and this is where I'm gonna have like all like the big farms, all the big farms you can think of. So I'm gonna have an iron golem farm, or an iron farm somewhere down there. But down in here we have two farms. We have my gold farm. So this is a piglin farm. Again, Silent Whisper tutorial is what I followed. I'm gonna be adding a item sorter down here to help sort things out, even to the point where it's gonna auto craft these gold nuggets into gold ingots and store them together. But this is my current kind of storage right now. These will come down and smell, and then this is where I moved my enchantment table out. So I'll probably leave this here, or I'll probably actually, whenever I build the factory up above on the surface, I'll have an enchanting room up there. Yeah, eventually once that factory is built, all the items and stuff I get from this, I'm gonna send up to the factory and store up there. But the next thing I want to do here is do the item sorter and then make this look like kind of a bastion. I think that could look cool. And finally, right in here is my skeleton farm. So this is just a like skeleton spawner that it just drops them down, kills them. I'm gonna make this an item sorter as well, so I can sort out the arrows, bones, and have better storage for it, because I've got too many arrows right now, which I can go and stock up while I'm down here. Yeah, then I'll have all the bows and stuff funnel into some lava, so I don't have to worry about watching out for that. Well, that about wraps up the tour. I feel like I've done a lot in this world, but I've got so much more I want to do. So I don't know if I'm gonna record myself playing in this world, making progress, but I'll definitely make sure to continue making world tours every year, just to show the progression of my world. So it's been a long tour though. I've taken enough of your time, so I appreciate if you're watching this far, if you made it this far. If you have, if you could subscribe, I'd appreciate that. If you could comment things about like what you liked about the video, what you didn't like about the video, and just give me some criticism. Give me some constructive criticism. I don't want any hate, just, you know, oh, you could probably do this better, there's probably this thing I could have worked on. But yeah, anything would help. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, that's the end. See ya.